Yo, 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 it's your boy Jet Sanders here. And today's episode, we gotta talk about what's going on with our boy DDP and his coach and why they still coping over the loss to Khamzat. Now, I was just watching the MMA Zone. I don't know if some of y'all be fucking with it, but I fuck with the MMA Zone. I fuck with all them channels, right? And so I had seen this dude, DDP, and his coach come out the woodworks. Still, not, I mean, I guess they still making like the same old, not the same old excuse, but like, bro, come on, like things that y'all knew beforehand, before the fight. Y'all had game plan for it before the fight. Talked about how y'all was not worried about the wrestling. Like we got ways of dealing with that. And boom, gets taken down. I don't even know how many times, but I'll pull up the stats right here. And don't get me wrong, even though he really wasn't trying to fight, because I get where he's coming from, where he's saying he wasn't trying to fight. He was trying to win, which I get that too. I get where he's coming from with that. But at the same time, my boy, you coming out here, your coach coming out here talking about, we weren't expecting him to have such a heavy wrestling. We didn't expect him to do that. You know, I wouldn't have told him to train on punches and kicks. Bro, come on now. This comes out your mind, bro. You knew, we all knew that the one thing that you needed to do to stop this dude from winning was to cancel out the wrestling. We all been talking about it. Hell, he had a moment where he rocked him on the stand-up, but then he got taken down immediately. Like, come on, bro. It wasn't about what y'all didn't train, what y'all did. Y'all simply just wasn't, the wrestling wasn't there compared to Chimaev. And, you know, the whole, I would have just had him wrestle. Like, dog, it didn't matter. Like, bro, you said at the beginning of the fight, before the fight, but like a week before the fight, y'all was talking about how his wrestling is not a threat to DDP or to the team. Like, we found out that was not the case. And so, you know, DDP, he being kind of a good sport about it, but at the same time, you know, he's still doing the whole, you know, he didn't want to fight me, blah, 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 you know, all right, whatever, it was a boring fight. But yeah, you didn't make it any more exciting. You had no answers to get back up. And I'm a DDP fan, bro. I was going for DDP in this fight. I thought that he was going to, like, cut a rope and, like, a piano was going to fall. And that shit was going to fall right on Khamzat. And Khamzat's, like, going to bust out with the teeth. His teeth were going to turn into keyboards or something. But that didn't happen. And he got mauled the whole fight, the whole time. Didn't have nothing. Even got put in a crucifixion for a minute, which I will still judge Khamzat for not finishing the fight. I feel like there were multiple times where Khamzat could have just dropped some elbows, heavier ground and pound, and finished the fight off. But I will agree, he really wasn't trying to fight. He was just trying to control. And that's what he did. He dominated completely. You know, sometimes winning the fight for these guys is what's most important. And I could tell that Khamzat respected the power. He just didn't respect the skill. There you go. I feel like he didn't respect the skill of DDP, but he respected the power that he had and knew not to stand with this dude. And when he did, he got hit once and was like, nah, we're not doing that. Took him back down, controlled him on the ground, and again, they dominated him, controlled him, had no answers. There was nothing for him to do. And so, you know, now I hope DDP comes back. I hope he has a good fight against Brendan Allen, which they're rumoring him to fight, which in that fight I would take DDP. Although I would say Brendan Allen's striking has gotten a lot better, like a lot cleaner. So that could be a problem for DDP. But his marauding style of just straight going, throwing anything that he can come up with in his head. You know, the DDP's crafty and he's creative. So, but you know, he didn't show up on that night. He was supposed to be prepared for the wrestling. He wasn't. And you know, now his coaches is still saying stuff about it, and it's like, man, we're far removed from it. Just ignore that. Focus on the next fight. You know, don't focus on that. Like, people said what they said. Move on. You know, and That's just my opinion. Coming out here talking about he didn't want to fight, you know, that's not a good look for you, especially if you have a fight coming up soon. So, but yeah, man, that's it. That's all. Just want to talk about the cope of DDP's coach and himself, and hopefully they get over it, man, because you know it ain't no shame in getting dominated by a Khamzat. You know, that dude's a fucking animal. But he needs to stop calling out Pereira. Seriously. Like, dude, go defend your belt. But anyways, that's it. That's all. Fuck with your boy. I apologize for the weird skip in the middle of the video. But like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Till next time. Peace.